Video games are full of secrets. And as they say, sometimes the journey is more important than the destination, but sometimes the secrets themselves are quite a bit more. Hi folks, it's Falcon, and today on gameranx, 10 video game secrets that blew our mind. Starting out with number 10, in Driver San Francisco, you could get a DeLorean. What starts off as a simple Back to the Future reference becomes so much more in the latest, and last, at least for now, Driver game. This is an already weird as hell game with a premise that sounds like it should be some big ideas but small budgeted indie darling instead of the massive Ubisoft first party beast it actually is. The protagonist of the Driver series is in a coma, and inexplicitly it gives him the power to physically jump between vehicles with the press of a button. So it's kind of a dream, I guess. The game is weird as shit, but it's an awesome gameplay mechanic and it feels unique and fresh even now. So the secret here involves a DeLorean, the iconic 80s car from, don't need to say it, I already have, Back to the Future. The car is in the game and you can drive it, which is an Easter egg, but nothing all that special. What really makes this interesting is what you can do with the car. If you manage to find a rare one out in the world, you can hijack it and then accelerate up to 88 miles per hour to go back in time to the original driver tutorial that everyone hated. It's recreated in this game with alarming detail. Good luck completing it without the muscle memory from the original game. Because what the hell is a slalom supposed to mean in this context anyway? I mean, I know what it is now, but without the original manual, I had no idea what this tutorial was supposed to be teaching back in the day. It may not be as horribly difficult as its reputation suggests, but that doesn't mean it's any easier in Driver San Francisco.
Watch the paint. Maybe I'll give you a call when I need a ride to the grocery store.
And number 9 is Super Mario in Dying Light. Easily one of the most bizarre and unexpected Easter eggs. Is at one time Dying Light devs put a bizarre recreation of World 1-1 from Super Mario into its grim open-world zombie game. The warp pipe to enter this secret is hidden in a chimney in the southwest corner of Old Town, the second section of the game. And boy, is entering it a rude awakening. It might be the creepiest, most uncanny version of a Mario level I've ever seen. The boxes are placed in the correct position. There are even Goombas to stomp on, or grotesque approximations of them. Tiny zombies with cartoon mushrooms bolted to their heads, I guess. It's basically what I would imagine the Squid Game version of Mario to look like. It's so intentionally crappy looking, but the secrets don't even end there. There's also a hidden squirrel suit blueprint that lets you fly through the air like Mario, if Mario had gone on a 3-day bender anyways. That's not even the only other game you can go into in Dying Light. There's also Plants vs. Zombies Easter egg. It's pretty much the same. Not quite as bizarre as the Mario one. I mean, Plants vs. Zombies at least already had zombies, so it's halfway there already. And number 8 is the Yeti in Ghost Recon Wildlands. One of the most pervasive urban legends is gaming was the Bigfoot in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. People went nuts trying to find that thing. There were entire sub-communities dedicated to one task. Yeti fever was everywhere. Nobody ever found anything because there was no Yeti in San Andreas, but that didn't stop people from looking for it in Rockstar's other games, especially in GTA 5, which does a whole lot of Bigfoot teasing but never actually has you encounter the creature. No, Teen Wolf doesn't count, and a drug-fueled peyote vision isn't really what anyone expected either. And so the developers behind Ghost Recon Wildlands said, screw it, we'll do it ourselves. If you're not going to do it, we're going to do it. There is an actual Yeti in this game, and the steps to finding it are surprisingly vague. You have a bunch of clue sites that show you how the grisly fate of the creature's victims plays out, and those lead you to the actual encounter with the beast. The thing about Wildlands is that the landmass is absolutely massive, and even with the Yeti clues being situated around the same snowy mountain area, it's still a daunting amount of ground to cover to find all this stuff. A lot of these clues are extremely hard to notice, too. Sure, the abandoned campsite's pretty easy to spot, but finding the Yeti cave or the corpse of the guy stranded on the site, none of that's not easy to spot. If you manage to complete all the requirements, you can interact with this one specific rock among a million bazillion other rocks that will summon El Yeti for real. It's a special enemy that'll try to kill you, but with modern military equipment, it's not too hard to deal with. What's mind-blowing is that it even exists. Ubisoft games, I mean, they don't really have elaborate secrets like this generally. And even if they do, the payoff is usually just some skin or something. Nobody actually expected to find a Yeti in the game with a new model and everything. It's one of the best secrets just because of how unexpected it is. It's vague and hard enough to trigger that it feels like something out of a Rockstar game, but it's not. It's hidden in some random corner of the map in Wildlands where no one would expect to find anything there. And number 7 is the Lumenwood Kin in Bloodborne. There's a lot of excellent secrets hidden in this game, but this one is so bizarre. I have to highlight this one. And this one specifically, there's a lot of ballyhoo about the Kin in Bloodborne, as I understand it. The Kin are close to Great Ones, the creatures that are essentially the Lovecraftian elder gods. They themselves aren't Great Ones, they just have an affinity for them, or something like that. The lore's vague here, all right? If it's blue, it has fins, scales, or tentacles. It's probably a Kin, though. They're the most bizarre and alien enemies in the game, and you get to transform into one. The process is inexplicable, and it's possible to lock yourself out of it if you're not careful, but the basic operation is to find this thing. It'll talk to you in the research hall.
Please, could you do something for me? I need brain fluid. Murky, mushy brain fluid.
And you give it 3 vials of brain fluid. You keep doing this, and eventually it'll die and drop the milkweed rune. The description doesn't really make it clear what this does, but if you equip it, you suddenly transform into this. A blue freak with a glowing flower bursting out of cranium. Even as far as kin go, this is weird. It's not the end of it either. If you take on this form with the Cost Parasite weapon equipped, it suddenly takes on a new form and gains a bunch of powerful otherworldly attacks. All of this combined makes this one of the most secret weapons in the game, as the Cost Parasite by itself might as well be completely worthless. And number 6 is the secret ending path in Cyberpunk 2077. It still kind of blows my mind that this is possible. It seems like such a schoolyard rumor kind of thing. The only way to trigger it is by choosing a few extremely specific dialogue options while talking to Johnny in the oil field near the end of the game. And then during the final choice, you have to wait for 5 minutes! 5 minutes! Without picking anything. And suddenly Johnny will start talking and offer a third option, the suicide run.
It's worth taking a chance in Arasaka.
What was that?
The dialogue stuff is one thing, but having to wait literally 5 minutes without choosing an option is such an obscure way to unlock an ending. Literally nothing else in the game works that way. Hell, literally nothing in most games works that way. There's nothing hinting it's possible. It seems like the only way someone could possibly trigger this ending is just like accidentally, like going to the bathroom at the time that they need to make the choice or something. Seriously, who's gonna wait 5 minutes here? Most people stop for a minute or two at most, but 5? The bathroom break was not a number 1 is all I'm saying here. To be clear, the only way you're doing this on purpose is if you looked it up beforehand. There's no way anyone would figure it out on their own. This is by far the hardest version of the final mission, too. There's no mid-mission saving, you have no backup, and you do nothing to make this any easier at all. You waltz in the front door of the Arasaka Tower and start blasting. It is hard as hell, and dying immediately ends the mission, kicks you straight into the ending. Like, so much respect for putting this as an option. It's insane. But man, is it fun that they give you the option of even ending things this way. And number 5 is the secret room in Batman Arkham Asylum. This one's been talked about like nonstop, but it can't be understated how mind-blowing this secret was. There was a hidden room that no one found for over a year in Arkham Asylum. It was only discovered after the developers revealed its existence to the world, and even then it took a while for players to uncover it. The contents of the room are mind-blowing because everything in there directly teases the game's sequel, Arkham City. There's blueprints, it literally has the game's title, Arkham City, on there, and the warden is connected to it. So it's not just an interesting secret room that was hard to find, it also reveals that they knew exactly what the follow-up to Arkham Asylum was going to be before the game was even out. And it's not like this room got added in later, it was there from day one. Like, they were so confident this was going to be a good game that they started planning the sequel early in production. What made finding the room so tricky is completely unmarked. It requires more than one explosive to get in. That's the thing that threw people off for a while. Just one explosive charge wasn't enough to reveal the secret room. Took a few more. It may be the perfect secret too. It's hard to find and the stuff inside it's very worth the wait. Most of the time these sorts of game teasers don't go anywhere, but everything revealed in this room got followed up on in Arkham City. Like, they knew exactly what they were doing with this. At number 4 is the heart of the city in GTA 4. These games are no stranger to Easter eggs. This is probably the strangest. Reaching it isn't easy. It's hidden inside the Statue of Happiness, the GTA equivalent to the Statue of Liberty, but the only way to reach the entrance is to hover nearby with a helicopter and just sort of awkwardly jump out in hopes you'll make it. It's real easy to either bump into the statue and crash or bounce off the ledge and fall to your death, but if you can get up there, then the actual path to the secret's pretty easy to find. Just run past the door, it says no hidden content here, and climb the ladder up into the bowels of the statue and you will find the literal beating heart of the city. The entire area is bathed in blood red color. The heart itself is chained up so you can hear this like intense beating sound, and it's all you can hear. It's silly, but when you find it for the first time, it's honestly kind of freaky. I mean, this is something that wouldn't look out of place in something like Silent Hill. It's kind of a disturbing image you wouldn't really associate with GTA. Of course, now we all know about it, it's common knowledge, but going back to 2008 when the game first came out, seeing this was actually pretty mind-blowing. It was, at the time, the most elaborate Easter egg in a Rockstar game, and might still be the weirdest one. I mean, look at it. It's a giant heart hidden in the Statue of Liberty. That's some weird shit. And number 3 is the strange man in Red Dead Redemption 2. One of the most memorable parts of the original Red Dead Redemption were these optional encounters with a mysterious guy in a top hat called the Strange Man. It was never made clear exactly who or what he is. Is he someone from John's past back for revenge? Is he the embodiment of death? Is he God? Is he the devil? The game doesn't answer any of these questions, of course. And for most of Red Dead 2, he seems like he's not going to show up again. For such a seemingly important figure, he never does show up normally in Red Dead 2. The only place you can ever see him again is his mind-blowing secret stashed away in an unassuming little cabin in the Lemoyne region. While the outside looks like an abandoned shack, the interior is a lot more clean and decorated. There's an unfinished painting in the middle of the room and various knickknacks and clues that reference things you've done in the game. Every time you visit the cabin, the painting gets more clear. It's the strange man from the original game, and if you turn the camera around while looking at it, the man himself will appear in the mirror. If you actually try to turn around and face it, he'll disappear. It's the only time the guy appears in the game, though there are many clues around the room that alludes to him, along with a possible deal he made with Herbert Moon, the traitor in Armadillo. Is this just stuff here as an Easter egg, or is it meant to be deep Red Dead lore? I don't know, but it's pretty impressive either way. And number 2 is the puzzles hidden in plain sight from the witness. What's interesting about the witness is there's actually a second layer to the entire puzzle. You got the normal puzzles that are solved by interacting with these obvious puzzle boxes, and for the most part, it seems like that's all there is. The rest of the world is just window dressing for the puzzles until a little light bulb goes off in your head and you realize it's not. The interesting thing about how this all works is that the game never really explicitly explains how environmental puzzles work. It's just up to the player to slowly come to the realization there's more going on. You just eventually start noticing these little lines and circles in the environment, and eventually it hits you that these are not details, they're puzzles. And they are the trickiest puzzles in the game. solving them is required to get the secret ending. Some of it's clever. There's puzzles in the clouds. There's puzzles hidden in movie clips. It's nuts. When you realize there's all these other puzzles going around, you feel like you're seeing the Matrix and your third eye just opened. It's mind-blowing, and a lot of the games that have followed The Witness have tried to replicate it, like Tunic or Animal Well. They're clever in their own right, but The Witness got here first. And finally, at number 1 is the secret ending, the final secret ending in Drakengard. The Nier games, which are secret sequels to this game, go in some pretty wild directions, especially with their endings, but none of them are quite as mind-blowingly bizarre as the true secret ending to this game. Now, the game's story is extremely dark, but up until the ending, it's mostly played in its dark fantasy lane. You ride a dragon, you fight an evil empire, that stuff doesn't change. Things get a lot crazier in Ending D, where the grotesqueries are unleashed, which are no joke, gigantic world-devouring babies with uncanny adult teeth. It's frankly insane, but nothing compared to what they throw you in Ending E. If you beat the game for the 5th and final time, you take on the Queen Beast by traveling through time to modern-day Tokyo and battling her in a rhythm game. It's completely real. I'm not making this up. This is actually how this dragon riding game ends. With a giant woman flying over realistic Tokyo while you play a rhythm game. Reaching this point is not easy either. You don't just unlock endings in sequence. The only way to unlock this final ending is to collect every weapon in the game, and some of these things are just crazy obscure. You are never going to find them on your own. I mean, really, just having a 5th ending is secret enough. Most people bounce after ending 1, let alone ending 5. But what's even more mind-blowing is it's not like a dog ending situation, where the Shiba Inu was the one pulling the levers behind Silent Hill the whole time.
お前の仕業だったのか?
It's not a joke. This is the actual, for really real final ending of the game. It's the canon conclusion and directly leads to the events of Nier. It's the reason why everything is happening in that game. It's a crazy ending that doesn't just recontextualize everything in the game prior. It's also essential for understanding the game as a backstory for the Nier games. So there. That's all for today. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. If you like this video, click like. If you're not subscribed, now's a great time to do so. We upload brand new videos every day of the week. Best way to see them first is, of course, a subscription, so click subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications. And as always, we thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Falcon. You can follow me on Twitter and book me on Cameo at Falcon the Hero. We'll see you next time right here on gameranx.